How can you reclaim more than 10 hours per week? Well, wake up 2 hours earlier, 5 days a week, boom, 10 hours. I'm kidding. It's a joke, even though I have seen influencers sharing this.
Give me this thing, I have a difficult time with the time and I don't have time for this and I don't have that. You have time, you make the time.
Thinking they're creating value for you. They're not. Okay, so I actually have real ways you can reclaim more hours. Number one, the 3.3 rule. This is the easiest one for you to implement. It's the lowest hanging fruit. It's completely free. You can do it as early as tomorrow. So let me remind you what the rule is and then explain why it works for us. The 3.3 rule says your most productive workday is to work up to 3 hours, then follow that by a 30% recovery block period. So work up to 3 hours, then intentionally take a break that's 30% of the time you were focused. So if I worked for an hour, I would take a 20-minute break. 2 hours, it would be a 40-minute break, and then the full 3 hours, I'd take an hour break. The usual approach to your 8-hour workday is push through. You got too much to do. You got to keep going. Do you know what you get? Well, Rescue Time looked at the data and found that workers average just under 3 hours of productivity per day. Per day! It's because our brains aren't wired to be in focus mode all the time. They also show that people are checking email and messages every 6 minutes on average. That means most people never enter sustained focus. They live in a constant state of cognitive restart, mainly because they never gave their brains the break it needs to be able to properly focus. So the 3.3 rule does two things at once. One, it forces uninterrupted work long enough to actually produce outcomes. And then two, it prevents the burnout spiral where your brain gets tired and then you start making avoidable mistakes. So see if this scenario sounds familiar. Start your day with email, then a meeting, then look at Slack, then a quick task, then a little interruption, then more email, and then another meeting. Then out of guilt of not feeling like you did anything all day, you find yourself trying to do deep work at night. So do one change. 2 protected focus blocks per day. Do that immediately. Each block followed by a real break at 30%. So if the average person is only getting about 3 hours of productivity done per day, the 3.3 rule doubles that change. Doubles it. So the 3.3 rule alone can realistically add around 15 hours of productivity per week of real, usable output for anyone. Do it today. It's free. So if you want the full system and you want to know how to implement all things 3.3 related, go pre-order my book, Take Breaks, Work Better. Link is in the show notes. I want you to be more productive, but not just to be more productive. I want you to get your life back. Being done when you're done, and when you're at home, actually being at home. So number one, 3.3 rule, that alone got you 15 hours of reclaimed hours. Number two, automate repetitive tasks. We all have these types of tasks. We need to identify them and then automate. So the first place to check is the scheduling back and forth mess that we find ourselves in. I'm often surprised at how many people don't either have a scheduling link or an assistant to schedule for them. Another place to look at is your client onboarding. Where in the process are you manually doing the same thing each time? So at a time when AI is making things much less personal, I am not suggesting removing the human element. I think it's more important than ever. But what other things are involved in onboarding that can be automated? If you track new clients for a week, like the questions they ask, you're probably going to identify some areas that can be automated. And you can also look at follow-ups and reminders. This is another thing we can automate. Sometimes people just forget. It's totally okay. Once our clients stop talking to us, they stop thinking about us. So I think having some automated reminders with other human touch points, that's a good idea. I'd guess you have at least a couple hours a week of reclaimed time doing the automation of repetitive tasks. Number three, it's just better delegation. Now, I did a whole video on this. So if this one resonates and you want to go a little bit deeper, check that one out. Sometimes we don't want to delegate because we think it's going to take longer to explain what to do than if we just did it ourselves. Okay. But if it's something that happens semi-frequently or all the time, you kind of want to invest that time. And better if you can create a training so that if it needs to be trained again, you don't have to be involved in it because you already documented the training. One rule of thumb on this, if you do it more than twice, it probably deserves a process. The other delegation problem is that sometimes we simply say, here, do this. No context, no examples, no standard. We think they live in our brain, that they can read our thoughts. And then it comes back wrong. And we give ourselves proof that if we want anything done right, we just got to do it ourselves. At Insight, we use what is called a 360D. The D is for delegation. We learned this from Tim Francis. The basic idea is that you lay out your vision, the resources that they should be using to do it, and the most important thing, which I love, is what does done look like? So an easy example that we've done is travel for business. So I provided a 360D to my assistant on how I want her to search flights and hotels, what a good travel day looks like to me. It's an easy to follow checklist she can use every single time. Saves me time now because I don't need to book travel. She does it for me. So you already have a team. No one wants to suck. And elevating the way we delegate allows our existing team to create more value for our company. So those are the three. 1, the 3.3 rule to double your real productive time in a world where most people are only getting about 3 hours of real productivity and checking messages every 6 minutes. 2, automation to erase repetitive tasks and reduce the chaos they generate. And then 3, delegation with proper instructions on what done looks like. Look, that's more than 15 hours reclaimed every week. Hey, you're welcome for that. Okay, so my book, Take Breaks, Work Better, is available for pre-order. I'm giving hundreds of dollars of free bonuses to those that pre-order. So if you're tired of working all day, still feeling behind, this is a reset time for you. This is a moment. No more hustle harder. Say goodbye to the guilt. This is a way to work that gives you your evenings back, your focus back, your family back. And if you pre-order my book, you get the bonuses that are worth about $325. That includes a workshop where I'm going to walk people through applying the system to your real schedule. You can go to takebreaksworkbetter.com/pre-order. Link is below. Do that before September 15th. Then tell me you pre-ordered and I'm going to send you a digital copy of the book right now. You're also going to get private access to my book club. I'm going to be sharing some things exclusively with my book club. And the first 300 that sign up, I'm guaranteeing to give them free books from other authors that I want to support. And look, there's no telling how many spots are left at this point, so don't wait. Go pre-order now. If you want 10 hours of your week back without hiring more people, start there.